15 minutes of fame in conjunction with Studio 735 in Harlem, New York presents Battle Talk Mondays. Every Monday, 8 p.m. Come through and meet your favorite battle rapper and talk bars behind the bar.
Snoop Dogg started seeing us.
Yo, wait, okay, so now that you're talking about Snoop Dogg, wait, before we even get into the official battle, let's talk about the whole Gladiator school thing, the whole Snoop Dogg thing real quick.
Okay.
So-
Official saw these battles. She saw me and 40, Official Couture, and that's probably it.
So when did Gladiator school happen? Did that happen
So
before
this
you
was
and 40?
June. He saw us.
Okay, I see what you're saying,
Like,
right.
he saw us, and it was like, Jazz is nice, Couture is nice, Official's nice. And it was one more person.
It was Jazz Official Couture.
It was one more person.
No, Shayna Ashley, didn't she battle Miss Merck?
No, but this
he
is...
tweeted.
He
tweeted, okay.
We was
I
at
don't
Giants
remember.
practice. Me and Jazz. Me and Jazz are fathers at the Giants practice. So all of a sudden we see a tweet.
I saw like mad mentions, and I'm like, I don't know
Not
what
really
the hell
Snoop Dogg?
my battle been dropped. So I'm like, the hell? Niggas was like, yo, Snoop tweeted Jazz. I'm like, who?
And we was like, is that the real Snoop?
I was like, whoa.
So who else was on 40? Who else was on Gladiator
Nah,
school?
but this is before. This was
Before it was even a thing. This was just when he tweeted.
Okay,
He
this
tweeted
was when
us
he
like, yo,
tweeted.
hit
Okay,
me
I
up.
see what you're saying. Right.
I just actually, you know, it might have been me, Couture, and Official. It was just us three.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just us three. And he wanted to just basically have a battle event.
Right.
He started tweeting mad niggas. Or whatever.
And I don't even think it was official.
Or was Official? Official definitely got tweeted.
I think it was after though.
Nope.
Oh no, you're
She was in the
right.
original tweet. I remember, because she was mad hype. It was the official tweet. I mean, it was the initial tweet. Me, Official Couture, he tweeted B-Dot in that same tweet. And Marosha later got tweeted by him.
Was B-Dot? You sure it wasn't
B,
Young B?
Young B. I said
It wasn't
B-Dot?
B-Dot, it was Young B.
My fault. I meant Young B. That's what I
It
meant.
was Young B. Rest in
Okay.
peace, Young B.
Young B. So niggas is hype like, nah, boy, Snoop Dogg just tweeted us.
Right.
So that happened.
You was originally supposed to be on those battles. Who was you supposed to battle?
We didn't know yet.
You didn't know?
We didn't know yet.
So before you found out you was
We
supposed to
didn't know
battle
yet
Couture?
until after I found out I wasn't doing it no more.
Okay, so what happened with that? Because everybody was excited to see you on the whole Gladiator with the whole Snoop Dogg shit. What happened?
I spoke to Debo before I spoke to Snoop Dogg. I spoke to Debo before I spoke to Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
And Debo didn't
So
really
wait, I don't mean to cut you off. Just to clarify, did you speak to Debo about Gladiator School, or did you speak to Snoop Dogg about Gladiator School?
Debo.
Spoke to Debo about Gladiator School. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And I don't remember it a lot because this is almost 3 years ago. But it was just on the basis of, yo, you want to do it, Snoop trying to spread. My first question was how much I'm getting.
Right.
He immediately said, I'm going to call you back.
Okay.
Okay. He called me back in like 2 minutes. I was like, fuck. That was mad weird to me.
Right.
I don't remember the price he said, but I was like, I'll think about
Whole
it.
story.
I said, I'll think about it.
We had Snoop was like, hit us. You DM Snoop. He gave me a number. Snoop was like, he's gonna hit you. He called me and you on three-way.
Yeah. No. Debo, I spoke to Debo before I spoke to Snoop.
Well, that's your thing, and then okay,
You can't
so
tell me I'm
No, I'm
messing up
not.
the
That's not what I'm
story.
saying. What I'm saying is,
You just said I messed up the
when
story.
we spoke about the
You're telling me I messed up the story, and I'm telling you my
I never spoke to
conversation
Debo.
with Debo.
So go.
I didn't
Okay,
say
so
we
you
spoke to Debo.
you had a conversation with Debo.
Right. So
he
now-
said the price. He said he was supposed to call you back. He called you back in 2
Told me
minutes.
the price.
Right.
I don't remember what it was.
2,500.
Okay. 2,500. I said I'll think about it. I guess he
Okay.
expected me to say yeah, but I wasn't.
The Mario
You're
shit.
right,
Mario,
you're right.
woohoo.
He
No,
expected
go
me to
ahead.
just be like, I'm with it.
So that's
Right.
when I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody until I talk to Snoop.
So okay,
Right.
so did you talk to Norbes about as soon as he gave you the price? Did
Yeah,
you call
and
Norbes, or is that how that happened?
my initial reaction was, This is not.
I was kind of skeptical about it.
Because I was like,
it was like, who am I battling? Like,
not even that.
At this point, I'm still taking battles for a reason. I'm not about to just battle anybody because it's Snoop Dogg.
So they gave you a price and they didn't give you a name.
No, what happened was she got a price, and I told Jazz, this isn't a Queen of the Ring event. Snoop reached out to us, so let's talk to Snoop first.
Yeah, it was weird that why would I have to go to Devo before Snoop, you know?
So Snoop called us on three-way, me and Jazz.
But this was probably like a week after, so it was still space between this, and Devo's hitting me up.
So before the week before that, so he gave you a price and didn't give you a name.
Right.
Okay.
Because I was asking him one guy, and he was like, we don't know yet because
Snoop never spoke to us.
Right.
Okay.
So we spoke to Snoop, and it was kind of.
Snoop didn't have an idea of how battle rap worked. He thought you got paid if you win, and this, down the third. He didn't know that you had
he got the
price.
old school ways.
Yeah, he didn't know the set price.
So Snoop called, first of all, when he called, I was like, me and Johnson like, yo, this is kind of crazy.
And this is a week later.
Snoop,
About a week.
Maybe less, whatever.
I feel you. Okay.
About a week.
So we get on there, he's like, what's up, kid? Like, Snoop, for my first reaction was, yo, he really talks like Snoop Dogg. That's exactly what I think. It's kind of crazy. He really sounds like that.
Can you do an impression?
He's like, hey, don't, what he said he was like? First he was like, I introduced myself, he was like, you know, man.
He saluted
he was
basically
like,
what we do.
yeah.
I'm a big fan of y'all, man.
You know, he goes, I swear to God, he goes, Smack is the pinnacle of this. He's saying that shit. And he was like, I really respect your Jazz, my favorite, whatever. And he was like, the only person I could see, I think, beating him was Couture.
That's who he,
So I started laughing.
I remember that.
I was like, Couture. I was like, what the fuck? So at that point, Jazz just came off for the 40 battle. And it was like, he wanted to do an event in a month. So I told him, I was like, yo, bro, like, to be honest with you, like, when it comes to Jazz, we kind of like to spread the battles, and it's kind of rushed. So if we say a month, Jazz has these writing block moments, so it's kind of crazy, so we don't like to do it too soon.
Yeah.
So I was like, so we talking, he's like, you know, complimenting whatever, and he was like, I want to see about a Couture. So I was like, if we do it, we can only give you a round. So he was like, all right, so you know how much y'all got paid for your battle?
This is where everything got fucked up.
Yeah, so we was like, real shit. So
Okay.
I was like, yeah, we got.
And y'all still on three-way at this point?
Yeah, we all talking. I'm like, this shit crazy. I'm talking to Snoop. I'm like, I want to smoke with this nigga, like for real.
So
I'm like,
how much do you want to pay? Go ahead.
yeah, so I was like, I look at Jazz, don't say shit. I'm gonna say the number. So I'm like, shit. We got. What's I said 3.
She wasn't lying.
I know that, but I think I said 3 or 35. I remember. I added whatever's 3. So and then
you ain't add nothing. You told the truth, nigga.
Yeah.
I would have been like, nigga.
I thought it was 25 as well. So remember, I was whatever. So anyways, we there, and I'm like, shit. He give us 3 for a round. It's like whatever. He's like, all right, cuz this is what we gonna do.
Okay, so wait, I don't mean to get all super duper in your business, but you said 3 for a round or 3 for the whole battle?
No, for the battle. He asked us what she got paid for the last battle. So he said 3.
3. Okay.
So he's like, all right, cuz. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna double that. And apparently he doesn't know how to add or multiply. And he says 7.
No offense, we know you be smoking Snoop. We know.
I think he
So
said
when he
75.
said 7 or whatever, it's 7, whatever.
He probably was already thinking that before you even said it.
Yeah, I was like, I said, what?
Okay.
Nigga? I said, hold on, you want me to spit something, nigga? Like, what you want me to do? So I'm like, so in my head, I'm like, there's the BET Awards.
Okay.
So I say, yo, Snoop, that sound cool, but we're interested in also possibly having Jazz in the cypher. If you could pull that off, you know, it's a request. So he's like, yo, let's make it happen.
Okay, so y'all get off the phone conversation at this point.
That was that.
Okay, so now after this happened, what transpires next after y'all get the price and y'all waiting? 2 days, too.
Few days.
Few days, okay.
I get a call from Devo. Yo, Jazz. Like, he just was trying to rush me to say yes. And it was bothering me because I'm speaking to niggas that Snoop is hitting up along the line, still setting up battles. So in my head, I'm like, why do you keep rushing me?
But what did he ask you to say yes to?
Do the battle, period.
Oh, just asking you to
do it.
Still with no opponent.
Right.
Okay.
So Snoop already gave us the opponent. So he was
so Snoop gave you Couture. So wait, so did because it sounds like Debo and Snoop is not.
He didn't know.
Right.
When I said, Debo, have you spoken to him? He's like, nah, I haven't. Babs was.
So Debo doesn't know at this point that Snoop Dogg wants you to battle Couture.
I don't know yet. I don't know what him and Babs was talking about.
Okay.
So basically, Jazz was like, she was like, yo, let's hit up Couture and let's let her know we're gonna do it.
Okay.
And then after that, this is Jazz's show.
A few days later, they I get a call from Debo.
Okay.
I'm in my bag chilling. He's like, yo. At this point, we was like, yo, we doing it.
Yeah, we with it.
We doing it.
Fuck it, 75. What you got? I got a butt. No.
Nigga, I was ready to freestyle.
Yeah,
for
and it
that.
was just on some shit like, all right, we gonna hit you.
Yeah, Snoop was cool.
And then
Like,
we
he was
told
real
him, we was like, yo, you
Like,
don't gotta go through Debo to talk to me.
Like, he was real cool. Like Snoop was like,
We told him, you don't have to go through
he
Debo
was a
to
big
talk
homie.
to
Like, he
me.
was cool. Yeah.
So, now Debo,
Cause but before he said, we told Snoop like, yo, like, you know, I'm a manager. You can call me for whatever. Though. It's not a problem. You don't gotta call nobody else. It's cool. It's cool.
right, because he was going through Debo apparently, for the girls. Debo loved to do that. Go through me. No. Now, get a call from Debo. He's like, yo, I don't remember it word for word. I don't remember how it go, but summary is, we decided not to have you do the battle.
Okay, so wait. So so Debo calls you a few days later. So this is after you speak to Snoop and Snoop gives you your number and says Couture or whatever the case. And so after that, Debo calls you and says, okay, no
We decided
battle.
not to use you for the battle.
He said what?
We decided not to use you for the battle.
Okay. And so at this
What
point,
do you mean we?
right. So I was
It's
just
not
about
your
to say.
choice.
So do you
She
call?
called me, and
I was
was
gonna
like,
say you call Norbes, okay?
My-
and then
No,
what?
before I even called Norbes, I called Babs. Because
Okay.
I'm like, what do you mean we decided that I'm not in it? Snoop picked me. But you
Right.
didn't pick me. Snoop picked me.
Right.
So why am I not taking the battle?
Right.
You're acting like it's a rush for me to say, yes, I'm doing it. When I just spoke to him a few days ago and told him I'll hit Debo up. Like, it was just weird. And he was like, yo, it's not personal, it's business, da da da.
So you call
I
Babs.
don't remember who told me it was Farrah. It was either him or Babs. One of them told me it was Farrah. They decided to do Farrah. So he was like, yo, if you want to speak to Babs, you can speak to
And Farrah battled Marasha.
No,
Farrah
Farrah
battle
Couture.
Couture.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember
Yeah.
now.
So now speak
I
to
know that's
Babs. She's
Marasha.
basically saying the same thing about not personal, it's business, whatever. This, that, and the third. But now I get to the nitty gritty, and she's basically like, Snoop and them felt the way that Norbes brought up me being in the cipher. They took it as
Like I
They
don't
took
want
it
to
as
use the word
him
extortion,
saying,
but
no, they took it as him saying, we'll do it if you give us the money and the cipher. They took it as that. And I don't know if Snoop took it as that. He might have, and he might have just relayed that message to Babs and Debo. But in my head, I'm like, what they got to do with y'all, though?
right.
Like,
and if he took it anyway, why would Couture be in the cipher?
Okay, so
I don't know.
so finish what you're saying, and we gonna get to
yeah,
that.
so that happened, and I'm like, yo, this don't make no sense. I'm like, in my opinion, you're saying it's business, not personal, but it is personal because something that happened with Snoop, you're saying, Jazz not gonna be a part of it anymore.
Right.
When you know me and Couture would have been good business.
Absolutely.
Like-
So is this the same year that Couture did the BET cipher?
Yeah, same year.
Yeah, it was
the
the
same-
It was the same
the
week.
same-
Gladiator School was that weekend.
Right.
Nah, it wasn't
Okay.
like when we spoke to Snoop, it wasn't a demand. We said, look, if you could get us that, it's
But
cool,
he
we
might
do
have
it.
took it as that. It's my
There's
point.
no-
And
Okay.
he might have relayed that to
Yeah,
Babs,
there's-
and Debo
there's-
like that.
Snoop's number.
No, we did. I did have Snoop's number. That's how we spoke.
And that's how they spoke. And then Debo called them a few days later after they spoke about the price. They spoke about the price to Snoop. Snoop said whatever he said. They
And the
said
price that Snoop gave me wasn't the price Debo said, which is what kind of made me be like, what the hell is going on?
So you didn't call Snoop back and say, yo, what's going on?
All right, we're gonna
I
get
was about to ask
Okay.
that.
Now.
Right, that was next.
They said that. Now I'm torn.
So after they say after they say that they're not using you, they're using Farrah instead. Go ahead.
I was mad sad.
Right.
So I'm like, why are they taking this away from me? This is not even their event. They're
Right.
just working on it with him because they're in conjunction
So
with the
you
girls.
feel like Queen of the Ring is taking this away from you. You don't feel like this is a Snoop thing.
I
You
feel
like,
it was
okay, this is Queen of the
I
Ring.
feel like it was
That's
Queen of the Ring.
okay.
So then, I'm torn now. Do I hit up Snoop and complain and turn him off from the whole thing?
Or do you?
Or do I just take the L? Took the L. Spoke to a few friends. They was like, yo, I think you should say something at least. Maybe not complain, but just say something. So I texted him. I don't remember exactly what I texted him, but I just said something along the lines of, sorry, this couldn't work out, da-da-da. If you still want to work, come here, whatever. Something along those lines. And he was like, nah, fuck with you. Respect. That was that. Never hit him up again.
I felt, you know what's crazy?
He felt really bad.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
Because he felt like
Because that text
he
could
felt
have
like
been
it was his fault.
misconstrued at anything, because you don't even know what was said between the third party.
At all. And I didn't
So,
feel like, I
and
didn't
so
feel
when
like
you
involving
text
him
that,
in
that's such a general text. That's terrible. Right. And you turning it down, right. That could have been mistaken as anything. And he could have never even known that you and Debo exchanged those words. That sounds like you
and I didn't want to
turning off
involve
whatever
him
he
in the
said.
details because that's bad.
It was never, Snoop didn't take it no way. To be honest with you.
You don't know that.
I know he didn't take it no way.
You don't know that.
Because it wasn't a demand or nothing.
But you
It
don't
doesn't
know
matter
that
if it's a
though.
no, I'm talking about the text. Like if you speak to somebody and y'all have a conversation and then you send a text.
What I'm saying is,
Like, it's like-
what I was upset about was, I spoke to Snoop.
So wait, you spoke to, wait.
Hold on.
So did you speak, because I want to clarify, I want people to understand what we're saying. So you spoke to Snoop after you spoke to Debo, and he said that we were
all
not.
spoke to Snoop at the same
We
time.
haven't spoke. What
We
I was
only
upset
spoke
about.
once.
Yeah.
Me,
Okay,
Snoop,
that's what I was
and
trying to
Norbes
clarify,
spoke
because you
one
said
time.
I spoke to Snoop. It sounds like you're saying I spoke to him after
No.
you spoke to Debo.
But that's my point. What got me upset about it was, I wasn't really, I knew it went down, so I was like, whatever. That's how. What I was upset about was, like, the same way you called me and told me and made the offer was the same way Snoop could have called me and said, listen, this is what it is. So I felt more of a way towards Snoop, to be honest with you.
Right.
Because my nigga, I didn't talk to these niggas. I never spoke to Debo, Babs, Vague, nobody. I spoke to you, my nigga. You made the offer.
But
It had nothing to do with them.
in like your defense, like we all know how, if that's how you felt, then maybe, well, I don't want to speak in a like that type of manner, but so then how come you didn't reach out to Snoop? Because we all know how
I just
Debo
told you
gets.
why.
No, how come he didn't? Because he said
I
that
didn't
he
get
feels
Snoop
away.
number. She called, the main called. It was on a
Called-
three-way. She
he
has the
called
number.
me
So I never got the
first,
number.
and then I called him.
So Snoop had my number.
But as a
Then I gave it to
manager,
him.
how come y'all didn't
Snoop
I
had
gave
my
Snoop
number.
his number.
And I was like, my nigga, like, if there's any whatever, just call me.
Right,
And
okay.
what I felt the way was that, I got a lot of respect for Snoop, grew up listening to him, watching him and everything. My nigga, it was a phone call. 5 minutes, but like, listen, I'm not interested. That's how you handle business. That's being professional. And in my opinion, the fact that he didn't reach back out and explain the situation left for speculation on every
Yeah, it
Right,
was definitely
understood.
speculation.
That's what
Right.
pissed
I
me
still
off
don't
about
know
the
what he
situation.
said. That's why I said you don't know if he took offense.
He is, but
Right.
Because we don't know.
I feel.
It's
My thing is, if he
possible.
would have took offense, why was Couture put in the cipher?
But then
It wasn't a
nobody
crazy
knows what
request.
Debo said to Snoop.
But that's
You
but
said
look,
what?
regardless-
Nobody
Debo
knows
never spoke
what.
to Snoop. It was bad.
Listen, but
So-
Bad
regardless,
was
what I'm saying is, regardless of
So
I'm saying.
Debo never had
Debo wasn't speaking to
conversation with.
Snoop. Because I asked him, like, what do you, and Snoop be talking about shit. He was like, well, I never really spoke to him. It's Babs and him that speak.
Okay.
So Babs was the man. Like, she was
The middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Debo was the middleman getting to us. And that's why he said, speak to
Oh,
Babs.
okay. So it's like playing telephone, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Understood.
my shit
So
was
then
like,
Babs
like-
was like, yo, basically waiting like the request, da 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 da. Now, boom, that was that. I was hot. I'm like, it's still not y'all right to take that away from me because this is not y'all. This is Snoop Dogg's.
This is not a Queen of the Ring.
Right.
And
He
it was-
asked for me. For a
Right.
reason. Now y'all adding E. Hart, Shayna Ashley, Farrah. He didn't ask for them.
So now where does this go from here? Because I remember when this whole thing
a
happened,
few
there
people
was,
was like, yo, just still go to the event and show love.
I had to go. We were
So I still
scheduled.
went.
We came out on the.
I had nothing
On
to do
BET.
with Norbes going. I went on my own.
right.
I went for Gladiator school. He went for the awards.
I had to go for the awards. Me and
I
Smack
didn't
had
go for
to,
the awards.
had to go to green carpet.
So when
shit.
you went to Gladiator school, you never came into contact with Snoop or
I saw him at the event.
okay.
And it was just like, oh, what's good, Jazz? What's up? And that was that. Like, it was
And,
just
and
like,
that's all, like I said, like the
but
whole
then for
situ-
some reason, he stopped fucking with Queen of the Ring. And that's when I made that tweet. And that's how people found out about what the fuck was going on.
What was your tweet?
Something about, oh, now Snoop not fucking with Queen of the Ring, karma. Something along those lines.
Right.
I never really spoke
Something
on it
along those
'cause
lines.
I was
Right.
really more
And that's when
upset.
they was
at
like,
Snoop.
wait, what's
like,
going on?
Okay.
like I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, you know when you look up to somebody, you watch him as a kid. I bought his albums, all that shit. So when I had the conversation, I was like, man, it was an honor. And it was like, wow, this shit is dope. You're speaking to somebody that you kind of idolize
Right.
and respect.
Snoop
And to
probably
me,
just didn't understand how this whole thing.
At all.
but
He
you
definitely
talk-
didn't.
Right.
you talking
That's what
about-
I'm saying. Like
but-
maybe it was some kind
But my
of
nigga, like, at the end
misunderstanding.
of the time, it's business. You did business with Dr. Dre. You did business with fucking Suge Knight.
But then-
now hold on.
He was
Like,
under
you
the
did bu-
impression that all the girls was under Debo.
That's what I was just about
But
to
we
say.
spoke about
Jazz
that
seems
on
like an
telephone.
artist underneath
Yeah.
Debo. Like she doesn't
But that's
seem
my
like she's
point,
the
my nigga, like-
business owner. Like
But hold on, what I'm saying is this, my nigga, you did business with NWA, you You did business with fucking.
Yeah, but Debo and Babs and Vague look like the league owner, don't they? They look like the owners.
We
So.
spoke to him specifically.
Okay,
Said she
I
had
understand
nothing
what
to
you're
do with him.
Right, I
You
understand.
know what I'm saying? I specifically said, listen, Jazz said it too. Like, yo, if you have any inquiries about Jazz,
have to go through
you
Debo.
speak to
Right.
me
Don't
go
on
through
him. They
Debo.
said, nah, I
Okay.
respect it. I understand it now. So, my nigga, we had that conversation.
Right.
So, you've done, my nigga, you're a fucking millionaire. You've done business with Dre to Suge to, so you've been in good business deals, bad business deals. But in business, it's communication. And I never received a phone call back. And that's why, that's how I feel away about that shit.
Now, I want to ask a question. Do you think Gladiator School did anything for any of those girls?
No. No.
It was
How
a
about
good,
you?
It was just a good look. Like
Ooh.
after the
But it
fact,
never
when I
came
think
out.
about it, I just be like, well, the battles took like a year and a half to come out anyway.
What they did? I don't remember one of those fucking battles from that event. Like my shit's like, look, like I said, I got a lot of love for Snoop. I respect him, but I feel like he should have really just been more. He could been more open. But I understand you get turned off when you see
But
when
look,
you feel like you're shady.
But here's the kicker. Now,
Ooh, taco, man.
There's a kicker.
yeah, because we didn't get to the official battle yet.
Huh? No, I don't like the shits.
Fuck you.
This interview about 3 hours, bro.
Girl.
What time is
Oh,
it?
it's only two.
It's past my bedtime, son.
Jazz, I'm taking this.
You change the rapper, you don't go to
I didn't
sleep.
know it was going to go this long.
Fucking Jazz, man. Nigga.
Anyway,
But go ahead.
that's all that.
We almost done.
Gladiator School, I ain't
We
do
at
it.
Gladiator. Okay. So, okay, fine. Let's fast forward.
Official.
Gladiator School, we
But,
didn't
oh
do
yeah,
it.
Gladiator School's how I knew I wanted to battle official now.
Okay, so wait. So how did you know that you want? Who did official battle on Gladiator
Hart.
School?
He hard.
Okay, so what happened with? What's your opinion on officials and E Hart's battle?
Official smoked E Hart in the building.
She admitted it out,
was
like
like-
no debating, like clearly she was like,
It
whoa,
was one
bitch.
rounder though.
Okay,
But I was like, damn, she fucked her up. So I was
Right.
like, yo, I want official. And then that's
Okay.
when official became my favorite.
okay.
I
So you
always
just be
battle my
battling
favorites.
favorites. Okay,
Right.
you be like, oh, you nice, I want you, I'm gonna body you.
No, you're my favorite. I want you. Not just you nice, I want you.
Okay, I feel you.
A
It's
lot
a
of bitches
difference.
is nice.
I feel you. I feel you. Okay, that
Right.
makes sense.
So now I'm like, I want official.
Okay, so you want to battle official. How do they make the ring? Because you versus official was the first time official was on Smack. Okay, how does that transpire?
Well,
You-
I wasn't fucking with Queen of the Ring, so it had to be on your
right. So after Gladiator School was when you made it official that you wasn't fucking with Queen of the Ring. Was that something that you let me know? Like, y'all, I'm not fucking with y'all. Y'all
she
dubbed.
put it out there.
Okay, so you dubbed them.
They fucked me over.
Okay, they, took food out your mouth. So you go to URL and you're like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to battle official. Now, how long after did you say, hey, this is who I want? Did you and official transpire?
Me and official became official, no pun intended, in about January. And
January
Gladiator School
from.
was September.
I was just about to ask. So September. So January. That's when contracts went through. Hey, I'm battling.
I don't sign contracts, but
Okay,
that's
I know
when
what
it
you
was
mean.
like, yo, that's when I sent her that text. And she was like, who this?
What you
I
said?
Your worst nightmare.
Did she know who you was when you said that?
No.
So she was still like, who
She
did?
didn't have my number.
Okay.
I said, Jazz.
Okay.
I said, just get ready. And then, so from January to the known, which was in May, the long week, how we had to prepare.
Okay, so you have from January,
About
February,
5
March,
months.
April, May. You have 5 months to prepare for official.
Which is really long.
Hold up.
True.
So you sent her that text before she knew she was battling you?
No, she knew I wanted to battle her.
Wanted to, but she didn't know.
And
was
I
gonna
knew it was going to happen because I get what I want. So it was a thing of, yo, get ready because we're going to battle. It's just
Right.
a matter of, we don't know when. We knew we was going to battle.
So the ball is always in your court.
That's a fact.
Okay, say less.
She is Floyd.
Say less.
Really
So
is.
you feel like you the Floyd of this battle rap shit?
Yeah, that's because everybody wants to see me lose.
Say less. Okay, so you get official, you start preparing for official now. Official, like 40 at the same time as top dog at the time.
No. I'm the top dog. I just came off my 40 battle.
But that's 5 months later. Official, wait,
It's
who did
female battle rap.
who did
You
official
don't-
battle at the time?
Couture and Laws.
So, oh yeah, I forgot about that. You're
It
right.
wasn't
about that.
clear, but it was like a loss.
Right,
like-
right, okay.
And I beat 40. It didn't matter who she was. I
Right.
beat 40.
So most of your battles, do you feel like you're the underdog? Do you feel like you was the underdog with official, or do you feel like no, I was the top dog?
Nah, she was the underdog.
That's what this is what I'm getting. This is what I'm trying to ask you. This is what I'm trying to say.
I don't remember.
She was definitely the underdog.
You also have to say a lot of people said you was gonna get.
This is
Boy.
a lot of people say it. Don't mean I'm the underdog.
You was the underdog.
But if a lot of people say that does mean you're the underdog. Because if a lot of people say that you're going to get smoked, that means that you're the underdog.
The
A lot of
majority.
people
Because
can
the
say I'm gonna get
majority
smoked,
said-
but a lot of people say I'm gonna win too.
No,
I really
no.
don't think I was underdog.
The
So
majority-
you don't think
Nah,
that you was majority? I think majority said you was going to
Yeah,
get smoked.
you was gonna get smoked.
Because a lot of people, like in the groups and shit, me being in and out, being unbiased and shit, being in the groups, a lot of people were saying that official was going to punch your head right off your shoulders. Like right into the crowd, like floop.
I don't remember, but I really don't think I
Okay,
was
so
underdog.
let's just say you don't feel like you was the underdog. Let's say that.
Yeah, okay.
You so going into the official battle, you don't feel like, so you were super confident. You was feeling like I'm a washer. I don't want to put words in your mouth. How did you feel about the battle?
I feel like I'll beat any girl.
Absolutely. Understood.
I feel like
Okay.
I'm gonna beat her.
Okay. So you battle official. You get on stage. How do you
But let's
feel?
start off saying I didn't want to be on the big stage.
Okay,
I
so
was still traumatized from the hustle battle.
what? Okay, because of the whole mic shit. Okay, so yes, so you go from Hustle was on the big stage. You go to 40 Bars, which is in Queen in the Ring, which is not really a big stage.
It's a ring.
It's a ring, and then you are going back to being on a big stage. So you're still like, okay, so you wanted to swap the battles, or what are you saying that you
I
want to
wanted
have?
to do official in the small room.
So where did that conversation take place?
What, me went on the small room?
Yeah, did you have that conversation with official? Like, was there any type of, I don't want this on the big stage?
It didn't matter. Official had no say, really.
Okay, so then why didn't it happen in a small room?
Because Queens flip, talking about jazz. I'm walking to the stage, I don't got time to do shit. Everybody like, jazz, and I'm like, the only two people that noticed something was wrong with me was him and Queens flip. It's like, you good? I'm like, yeah. But they knew. It's all jazz, son.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.
15 minutes of fame radio.
We're now stepping into
15 minutes of fame radio.
Yeah.